up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. This is living in Grand Junction, Colorado. Today, another one of my favorite trails to go walking around on out here on Dinosaur Hill on this ridiculous fall day, high of 66 degrees. Just cool nights, just my favorite time of year. But I want to talk to you guys about something that comes up quite often that can have some serious implications down the road. And we're going to talk about it right now. What is going on, everybody? I'm Robert Hayes, and along with my wife Christie and the rest of the team, we are the Hayes Home Group right here in gorgeous Grand Junction, Colorado. Hey, if you guys have any questions about Grand Junction, about Dinosaur Hill, where we're at right now, or you're just ready to get the heck out of Dodge and head out this way, well, there's only one way we can help you. The information popping up below. Reach out any way that you know how. Give us a phone call, shoot us a text, send us that email, or even send the dang carrier pigeon. We will always have your back with any questions, and we'll definitely have your back when you're ready to make that move here to gorgeous Grand Junction. Here we go. Elmer Riggs, back in the early 1900s, uncovered an Apatosaurus fossil find right there on Dinosaur Hill that we're on right now. Dinosaur Museum is just right up the road in these gorgeous surroundings here out in Fruita. But today I wanted to talk about something that comes up often, and I think it's overlooked, but it's super important. And I'll just start with a little story. We actually had some clients from the Pacific Northwest that reached out several years ago, and they were avid mountain bikers, Troy and Crystal, and they had a wish list, and then they had some must-haves in their new home. And why that's important, I'll get into some more detail, but Troy said, look, out here in Oregon, we have to drive like 45 minutes to get to the, our favorite trail. And then once we get to our favorite biking trail, the parking lots are all jammed and full, and we just don't want to deal with that anymore. So we want to be right across the street from the biking trails, the world-class mountain biking trails there in Grand Junction. So we got them into the gorgeous property there in Trails West, right along the base of the Colorado National Monument, which is right across the street from access to mountain biking, the world famous Lunch Loops trails there in the Redlands. And so that's one of the things that they had a checkbox that was a non-negotiable, and that's super important. Getting a little higher up on the hilltop here, just incredible views all around. Look at those yellows and oranges popping for fall. Book Cliffs off in the north. Of course, you got the gorgeous National Monument right there. So what's the difference between must-haves and maybe some wish list check boxes? Well, like I said, the must-haves, those are non-negotiable. And certainly for you, you don't want to compromise on those. You just don't. 6 months down the road, if you do, you're just going to have buyer's remorse. And there's plenty of inventory to get exactly what you want. We were talking to some clients the other day. We went out and showed a property, had everything that they wanted. And I could hear them talking in the background. And she had mentioned, well, it really doesn't have any views. And I said, that's absolutely right, guys. You said one of your must-haves were views, and it doesn't have to necessarily be, right against the monument. Just something, right, off your front porch or maybe out the back patio. And I said, guys, don't compromise on your view. Your must-have checkbox. So they texted later that day and said, Robert, you're absolutely right. We're going to be patient. And I know that's hard to do, especially with all the marketing efforts these days. and realtors spending, we do the same thing, hundreds of dollars on professional photos. They want to try to get you to focus on that shiny object that has nothing to do with one of your must-haves. So they'll try to key in on the new granite countertops or the remodeled bathroom and get your focus over there. And then again, the one thing or two things that you just did not want to negotiate on, you're finding yourselves looking at things that have absolutely nothing to do with that. I know I sound like a broken record, but fall is just absolutely stunning. Colorado River, right there. Again, the trees are turning. It does that in fall here in Grand Junction, about mid to late October versus the high country, which is September, because we are only, 4,600 feet, high desert essentially. What are wish list items? Well, wish list items are things that you would like to nab, but if you can get, let's say 3 of 6, 3 of 5 wish list items, you're doing pretty good. I'd like to have a white picket fence. Well, that might be pretty hard to do. Maybe it's a brown picket fence and you can paint it white. Those sorts of things. Conversely, if you do have all of your must-have check boxes, don't wait. Market in Grand Junction is still pretty robust, so pounce on it. Make sure that you grab it before somebody else does. But must-haves, views, that's a must-have. Don't compromise. Let's find you a property that has something that you're going to be able to be happy with. You're going to have views driving around town. We're only 15 miles east-west, about 8 miles north-south. So you're going to have views driving around. But if you want one from the house, from the porch, or from the back patio, don't compromise. Like Isaac out there in Riverwalk, he wanted to be close to the riverfront trail. No compromises, Robert. I'm close to the river trail now in Tennessee, and I want to be close to the river trail here in Grand Junction, so we did it. We found a property that was perfect for him. He's right next to the river trail. I've had clients say, hey, I've been working on this old 63 Chevy and my intentions are to someday completely rebuild it. So we need a 3-car garage. We have 2 cars that we drive. We want that 3rd bay to store the 63. And then they'll go look at a beautiful home that has everything except it's a 2-car garage. And they'll be tempted to put in an offer. I'm like, nope. Your must-have was 3-car garage. Let's keep looking. We'll find it. What about, you've got 2 kiddos, you want them to have separate rooms, of course, you and hubby, your wife, you want your own room, of course, but you want the 4th bedroom or an office. So if company comes over for the holidays, they've got a bed, or you're working out of the home, you've got to have the 4th bedroom. Don't compromise. Let's find the 4th bedroom or 3rd with an office. What about pets? You've got a couple of doggies. Don't compromise on a nice yard for them to roam around. You don't want to be looking at a townhome with a 10 by 10 foot slab of concrete. Don't compromise. If you've got pets, let's find the yard and make sure it's fenced properly. It could have everything else, but maybe the HOA won't allow you to do a certain fence. Pass. Move on to the next one. We'll find it. What about the big thing in Grand Junction? Just about every home prior to, let's call it 2000. There's some sneaky ones in the late 90s, but a lot of homes prior to that dealt with evaporative cooling, or what you might commonly know it as a swamp cooler. And you have to have central air. Don't compromise, guys. If you want central air, pretty much any home built after 2000 is going to have central air. Again, the flip side of that, there's some sneaky ones that are 2000, 2001, maybe even 2002 that have that evaporative cooling. Let's make sure we're doing a search when we're sending you listings to look at, and we go do showings for you. Let's make sure every single one that we're looking at has central air. Because again, down the road, 6 months down the road, you're gonna see that home pop up that does have all of your check boxes, and you're stuck, you already closed, and you'll have buyer's remorse, so don't do that. So wish list items, those are fun. If you can nab a few of those, as long as you get your must-have check boxes, then you're doing pretty good. You get 70% of your wish list, you're doing just fine. So again, guys, as much as we love doing these dang videos, I'm gonna crawl up to the top here. We'd love nothing more than to absolutely crush your real estate goals when heading out this way. So the information popping back up below, reach out any way that you know how. Give us a phone call, shoot us a text, send us an email, or even send the carrier pigeon. We will always have your back with any questions, and we'll definitely have your back when you're ready to make that move here to gorgeous Grand Junction. Until the next video, we'll catch you later.